Saturday, I wanted to come on just for a few minutes here to clarify for you the status of the presidential race. Status being, Biden has not won. It is not decided. There's a process in the United States of America by which we elect a president, a process that we could all afford to learn a little bit more about. And nowhere in the text of the Constitution, federal law, or state law does the media have a role in deciding the outcome of a presidential election. Many media reports are saying today that Biden has won the presidency. He has not. Listen carefully to the words that they're using. They're going to use the word project or projected or is projected, not certified. Let's explain how this works. First of all, let's go to the far end of the process. When does it get officially announced who won the presidential race? You know when it gets officially announced? On Wednesday, January the 6th of 2021, in a joint session of Congress, where the House and the Senate read out the votes of the electors. Now, each state has electors. This is the Electoral College. That's who you selected when you went to the polls to vote for president on November 3rd or before that. You had selected your state's electors. And your state's electors will then vote for the president based on how the people in the state voted. They take their vote, these electors, on December 14th, Monday, December 14th, more than a month away. The states, meanwhile, have to send in their certification, so each state has to certify how the people in their state voted for president. The states have the deadline of December 8th, okay, that's 1 month from tomorrow, to send in to the federal government their certification of the election in their state. Now, the states also, by state law, have various deadlines for certification. None of those deadlines has even come yet. The earliest ones are 1 week after the election. That's this coming Tuesday. Many states have their deadlines later on in the month of November, and 14 states have their certification deadlines in December. So the states haven't even certified the results in their own states. The media certainly has no business doing so. Moreover, in various states, hundreds of thousands of ballots are still being counted. And this is one of the key things that you need to point out to people. And here's the irony. The people on the left who are trying to make it look like this election has been decided are the same people who always say you have to count every vote. Now, we say that too. We believe that too. But why aren't they practicing what they preach? If hundreds of thousands of ballots are still being counted, why are you acting as if it's been decided? Because we're talking about states with razor-thin margins. We're talking about Georgia. We're talking about Nevada. We're talking about Pennsylvania. We're talking about Arizona. We're talking about Wisconsin. These states haven't certified the election results. There's hundreds of thousands of ballots that are still to be counted. So why would the media project Biden as the winner? My friends, it's an educated guess. It's a matter of opinion. Because here's how this works. If a state, like I mentioned, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Nevada, Arizona, if a state still has hundreds of thousands of ballots left, first of all, if you imagine people counting all these ballots, at any given point in the count, one or another candidate is going to be ahead. You come back a few hours later or the next day, and another candidate is ahead at that point in time because different ballots have been counted. Now remember, the ballots that remain to be counted, they come from different parts of the state. So ballots coming from urban areas may tend to be more Democrat. Ballots coming from rural counties will tend to be more Republican. And the fact of the matter is that people can make educated guesses, not only on where they're coming from, not only on geography, but methodology. In other words, are these ballots that were cast in person on Election Day? Are these ballots that were cast via absentee ballot but brought in person on Election Day? Are these ballots that were mailed in? If so, were they mailed in early? Were they mailed in later in the process? Trump supporters tend to vote closer to Election Day or on Election Day, and Democrats tend to vote earlier. So based on looking at the remaining ballots, or are they overseas ballots, are they military ballots, based on where these ballots come from and how they were cast, people can make projections. They can make educated guesses about how it's going to turn out in the end. But friends, a projection is not a decision. And
Well, there you have it. So do not believe the hype. This is far from over. Sit back, enjoy your lives with your family and your friends, and be content. We've all been through many Republican presidents, many Democrat presidents, and we just go on as United States citizens and love thy neighbor and be content and pray for one another and be good people. But like I said, this is far from over. So sit back and watch the Supreme Court prevail, because when there's voter fraud involved in any election, democracy must prevail. Democracy must prevail. Get that in your head.